then, let's start. So I want to say welcome to everybody. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here today at our first Business Success Network conference. Just wanted to take a quick thank you to our sponsors today. Last CRM, you will notice in your magazines, in your conference guides, there is a QR code. There's also one on the screen now. If you want your 20 free leads and a 14-day trial, you need to get on that QR code. So it is there, and it is in your books as well. They've also got a really good community, so you don't often get that with CRM systems, but they've got a community there. You can actually speak to the owners. We've also got exhibitors today. Gary Jones from Grow Radio, who's not at his stand, he's at his seat, but he has got slots still available. So if you haven't booked a slot with him to get on the radio, to get on a podcast, he is the man with the mic. So go and speak to him, go and book, go and share a bit about your business, or why you're here, or anything like that. But Gary is, and you'll be hearing from him later as well, so do book those slots. How many got left, Gary? 5? There you go, quick. You need to be quick. I saw Sylvia this morning, and I embarrassed Rachel when I walked in as well, because Rachel said, I'm never doing podcasts. She was the first one in. There we go. Gary has a very persuasive way. Keith is in the corner there. Give us a wave, Keith. When I hear GDPR, I'm not going to lie, it puts the fear of God at me. And I always, literally think GDPR, Keith. So he's the right person to have in the room if you also have got shakes thinking about GDPR. He's also got a great book, and he's willing to sign them as well. So do go over and see Keith. Even if you think you've got your GDPR sorted, go and speak to him anyway, because he will just make sure for you. So thank you to our exhibitors and our sponsors today. Now, you might be wondering why you've got a coffee cup on your desk. Well, for those of you that were at my away day, so Rachel's here, she will have heard this before. And on that away day, there was only 8 of them, so I'd written this in their books. But it's kind of how I wanted to set the scene for the day. So I'll just read it quickly. You are holding a cup of coffee. When someone comes along and bumps into you or shakes your arm, making you spill your coffee everywhere. Why did you spill the coffee? Because someone bumped into me, of course. Wrong. You spilled your coffee because there was coffee in the cup. I didn't fill it with coffee, by the way. Had there been tea in the cup, you'd have spilled the tea. Whatever is inside the cup will spill out. Therefore, when life comes along and shakes you, which we all have their moments, don't we? It will happen. Whatever is inside you will come out. It's easy to fake it. I think we've all been there as well, until you get rattled. So we have to ask ourselves, what's in my cup? When life gets tough and spills over, what is going to spill over? Is it things like joy, gratitude, peace, or is it anger and bitterness and all that kind of stuff? Life provides the cup. We've done that today. We've provided you with a cup, but you choose how to fill it. So today, let's work on filling our cups with gratitude, forgiveness, joy, words of affirmation, resilience, positivity, and all that stuff. What I want you to do with your cups, you'll also see some Post-it notes on the table. And I want you to use those Post-it notes to fill other people's cups with joy and gratitude and all the kind of things. So you might hear from a speaker and think, oh, that's amazing. You might think, oh my God, how does Anna Fox-Neal work with Stacey? Because she's doing everything. Please fill Anna's cup. She needs the biggest cup in the room, I'm not going to lie. If I hadn't got Anna for the last 6 months, I don't think I'd be stood here. So fill her cup. It could be anything on that Post-it note. It could be you made me laugh. It could be you made me smile. It could be that was a great tip. But I want to see those cups filled to the brim with Post-it notes. I don't care if you get up while I'm talking and you run around and you go and put a Post-it note in somebody's cup. I love this kind of stuff. I'm really sorry if you don't. I love Post-it notes. You'll see there's also some Post-it notes that look like leaves. There are growth Post-it notes today because the whole theme of the conference is grow you and grow your business. So hopefully you'll have those Post-it notes where you can write what you're going to take home, what you're going to do to grow, any action points, anything like that, however you want to use them. And don't forget to share it on social media because I want to see all your Post-it notes. Thank you, Simon, for these slides, by the way. Big round of applause for Simon. He's another one that needs his cup filling because he basically makes this look good. I haven't got a speaker slot today, and I am not going to take up much time. But the one message that I'm going to leave you with, apart from the coffee cups and the Post-its, is my lasagna lifestyle. So people often hear me, hashtag lasagna lifestyle, and they think she cooks a lot of lasagna in her house. But it's about boundaries, and it's about what we do when we run a business. We're all busy. We're all leaders in some way. We all have lots of demands. I bet phones are going off even now, messages, all that kind of thing. So I just want you to have a think about your time, the way you plan it. And I'm going to share a little story with you. So most of you will know I'm a busy mum. And I have a hungry husband who actually, I can't say that anymore because he's lost loads of weight and he's looking really good. So I have a not so hungry husband anymore. But he is here today, so he's the other half of the Calder nightmare, let's say. But I am a busy mum, and obviously I run a business, and that has its own constraints, let's say. And it would be really easy for me to mix my time and jumble it all up and just think, we've got to do everything all of the time and be everything to everyone. And I learnt the hard way, and I'm going to share my lasagna story with you because if nothing else, it'll make Rachel laugh because she's heard it so many times. And it is for people like Rachel who's got franchisees, and they can be very demanding on your time. And you can often think that a message comes through and you have to answer it straight away. You'll be sitting there today and you'll be thinking, I've got 10 messages on my messenger, 25 emails, and God knows what else. And you feel like you have to answer them straight away. Well, I promise you, you don't. One of the brilliant lessons I learned was RTFM to my team. And if you don't know what that means, sorry for swearing, read the fucking manual. Right? Because your team, actually you're empowering them if you don't answer those messages straight away, because they will go out and they will find the answer. So I used to have a very big team. I would get constant messages and I would think I need to answer them straight away. I wasn't very good at setting boundaries back then when I started. And so you would often find me in the kitchen, making a lasagna, washing up. Jamie's going to ignore that bit because he'd say she doesn't wash up. And answering messages. Until one day I was on the phone to a team member. I was getting a lasagna out the oven and I was filling the sink with washing up. And the phone went out into the lasagna. And the lasagna went into the sink. So I'd got the children around me because they're buzzing around my feet. Mum, what are we going to have for dinner? I'd got my team member, still none the wiser as to what she wanted. And I was suddenly sat there thinking, this has got to change. So if you get nothing from me today other than set your boundaries, set them with your team, make them know when you're available, but don't be available all the time. And actually, you can have a family and you can work and be successful, then that's the lesson from me, is set your boundaries. Don't worry. People will understand. And that's something that's kind of over the years, it's one of the biggest things that I've learned and actually train and coach as well. So it's okay to have boundaries. It's okay to have family. It's okay to have little nightmares running around your feet. Just don't try and do it all at once, all at the same time, because it doesn't work. Okay. So, less from me.